From Amateur Radio Newsline Report number 2003, these are the Ham Nation headlines for Wednesday, March 23, 2016. Historic rainfall in the southeast United States had radio amateurs on the alert. Stephen Kenford, N8WB, has more.
Already having been called up by 2 emergency activations in February, hams were ready to go to work once more in Louisiana after flooding overtook the area as a result of record-setting rains in early March. A tornado watch on March 8th led to a Skywarn activation. As volunteers undertook weather spotting and reporting over linked repeaters, their reports not only covered Louisiana, but parts of Arkansas and Texas. Then an Aries team in southeastern Louisiana also became active for nearly 2 days in response to heavy rain and flooding. By March 11th, numerous waterways, streams, and major rivers had advanced beyond the flood stage. Hams were able to successfully transmit and receive weather bulletins on local repeaters, and fixed stations made use of packet radio on VHF as well as email to communicate with the National Weather Service. The highest rainfall reported to the National Weather Service was just shy of 27 inches.
It seems as if 2016 has had an unusually high number of high-profile deaths, and sadly, that holds true for amateur radio.
Grant Bingman, KM5KG, an influential designer and programmer who changed the shape of AM RF engineering, has become a silent key. The Plano, Texas amateur was an early developer of method of moments modeling of AM antenna systems and wrote his own programs for ham radio applications and to do AM modeling. A professional engineer, he was respected for his expertise in antenna couplers, network design, and phasing systems for AM radio, along with computer control. A longtime colleague, Jack Selmeyer, was quoted in one published article as saying that Bingman had worked at Gates Harris, Rockwell Collins, and later the Rockwell Collins broadcast division that was acquired by Continental Electronics. Selmeyer said industry consultants often relied heavily on his work for their phaser designs. Bingman, who died on February 29th, was 66. The amateur community is also mourning the loss of Mary Ann Kreider, WA3HUP, who for decades connected hams with other hams, quietly working behind the scenes as QSL manager for a number of DXers, including Jordan's King Hussein, JY1. She had also been manager of the W3 QSL Bureau. The Air Force veteran had been a licensed amateur since 1967 when she was in the service. The Pennsylvania amateur died March 12th at the age of 91.
As we mourn our losses, we look to the future. Amateur Radio Newsline is now accepting nominees for its 2016 Bill Pasternak Young Ham of the Year Award. We confer this annual honor on the best of the best, a young licensed radio amateur who's used ham radio for public service, benefiting his or her community, or who has impacted technological development affecting communications in some way. Nominees must reside in the United States, Canada, or Puerto Rico and be no older than 19. The judging committee will consider candidates who have made outstanding overall contributions, most especially in their public service work, but also for experimentation in technology, science, or electronic communication. For details on nomination requirements and to download an application form, visit our website, www.arnewsline.org, and click on the tab for YHOTY. Completed forms and supporting documentation should be sent to the Young Ham of the Year Award, in care of Amateur Radio Newsline, Inc., Editorial Office, Post Office Box 451, Huntington Station, New York, 11746. The award is named in memory of the late Bill Pasternak, WA6ITF, co-founder of the Amateur Radio Newsline, who, not surprisingly, was once an outstanding young ham himself, long before awards were given, growing up in Brooklyn, New York. Again, the website is www.arnewsline.org, and click on the tab for YHOTY. Electronic filing will also be accepted. Send files in PDF or JPEG format via email to newsline@arnewsline.org. Deadline for submissions is June 30th, 2016. And that's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline, your independent source for amateur radio news for over 37 years and counting at www.arnewsline.org. With Stephen Kenford and N8WB, Karen Eve Murray, KD2GUT at the news desk in New York, and our news team worldwide, I'm Don Wilbanks, AE5DW. 73. We'll see you next time here on Ham Nation.